Hi everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video. I hope everybody had a good weekend. All I ask for this is leave us your locations. Please consider signing, supporting a petition I made, Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. The link is right down below in the comment section, in the description box. Please follow it, everyone in the world, and just support it. You don't have to do anything else. Thank you very much. I'm answering questions from your guys' questions last week. I do this every single Monday. Please let me know if I miss a question of yours, if I misunderstand, or if you don't understand my answer. Please keep them going. Give me more details if you want to know more about them and if I can help you more with them. So let's get started. Lots of questions. The more questions I have, the less time I usually have for them. And I see Cindy C down there. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you. All right. Eric from New York here. Hi, Eric. Ex with BPD and I broke up about a year ago-ish and tried to get her back after ending things. Once it's over, it's over. What does it mean after 9 months of radio silence for her close friend to reach out wondering what I'm up to? She is still in a relationship and posting happy things. I'm guessing you mean your ex is still posting. So why is your friend contacting you? Tried to keep this short. Appreciate everything you do. It helps so much. Thank you, Eric. Obviously, I don't know what it means. I don't know her. I don't know. She didn't tell me, right? But what do we know? We know that that's her friend. And I would keep that her friend. This isn't a judgment thing, but the saying that birds of a feather flock together. Think about it. When you were dating her, was that the best version of you? Were you healthy then, Eric? No. And her friend isn't either. Her friend has this toxic person in her life that exploits people, abuses, neglects people, right? Am I right? Then her friend's not healthy either. So you probably don't want her friend in your life either. You probably don't want connections with your ex either. I don't know what she's doing, but my guess, since we've just established she's not the healthiest version of herself, is that she either wants your attention or she's contacting you for her friend. You should know which one it is pretty quick. If she continues to want to keep talking to you, probably not doing it for her friend. Doing it for herself. And that is pretty toxic, isn't it? She's going to go contact her friend's ex. It's B from the Netherlands. Hello, B. Love your videos. Thank you. I've always thought I was full on BPD, but after years of extensive therapy, it turns out I'm not. I have a diagnosis of not otherwise specified. Gotta love those diagnoses. And within that diagnosis, I have 2 traits in the cluster B that belong to BPD. Instability in relationships and trouble with regulating emotions. I have recently dated a guy for about 6 months, and after a while, he ticked off all 9 boxes in the list of BPD criteria. I did, however, see a lot of myself in him. It's like I could feel his pain, see his struggle, see the panic, etc. My ex has done everything from splitting to threatening to end himself, a smear campaign, cheating, manipulating, lying, false accusations, the whole 9 traits. Yards. I do none of these things, but I do have trouble regulating my emotions. I'm very empathic, which I consider a good thing, but the bad thing is I make myself overly responsible for others, and I consider understanding their pain to be more important than tending to my own wound. I'm trying to work on that. Good. My late father was abusive, and I suspect he suffered from BPD-NPD, so the behavior that comes with it feels familiar for me, and thus it feels safe, even though it's a deception. I'm devoted to therapy, but I'm really having trouble finding what it is inside of me that needs to be healed. Do you have any suggestions? Sorry, I tried to narrow it down as much as I could without holding any important info. Thank you for your time. Thank you. So usually when we go to therapy, it's, this stuff is a lot of it has to do with your past, okay? And in any kind of forms of neglect and abuse, we tend to not get what we need, right? We tend to lose ourselves. We may not develop into what we need. And so the things that we needed from our parents, we can no longer get. But we can have resolve, and we can recover and learn and give ourselves the things that we need. So a part of the therapy, going back and understanding really, really well what you did not get, is still today what you need, but they can't give it to you anymore now. You have to give it to yourself. We're adults. So going into therapy, understanding your childhood is it's vitally important, vitally, to gain agency over yourselves, to recover the things that you lost, to give yourself things that you did not get, and to learn how to take power back, gain power back, recover things you lost, give yourself things that you never received, because we have to keep living. We have to keep going. And the childhood things that you missed out on are the things that we vitally need from now on. And so it's kind of like a learning lesson. You're having trouble finding what's inside of you that needs to be healed. Agency, power. Part of placing ourselves first is believing that we are worthy of it, not just conditioning, but conditioning has a lot to do with it. So stay single, start small with the relationships you have today, and then learn how to build new ones that are healthy. Healing Family from California, hello. Hi, hello, David. Thanks again for another great video and for all your thoughts and answers. You're welcome. Thank you. I second what Melissa said. Best YouTuber out there. Thanks, David. When we got discarded, I was literally dying inside. While waiting for 7 months to get into therapy due to my insurance, I spent those 7 months day and night researching for help, looking for answers, help, comfort, knowledge, and guidance to help me understand what I was going through. I listened to so many channels like David's, and by far not one out there close to David's. David, thank you very much. How does it feel to help so many people and save lives worldwide? I don't really, it doesn't feel like I do. That makes sense. I know you guys tell me I do, and I'm really appreciative that you tell me, but I don't really see it, you know? So it's hard to accept it. I don't feel any different. It doesn't really make me, it feels a little weird. I'm not used to the spotlight, even though I do these videos. I see it more in my clients because it's more one-on-one, more directly. I can see it, and that's an amazing experience for people to allow me into the most intimate, secret, traumatic parts of their life and watch them grow is just amazing. Really. I can't think of any greater honor. But as far as the tens of thousands of people that are subscribed to my channel and take my advice and it does well for them, it feels good to know that. I think we all need to be better versions of ourselves and help the world be a better place. And I try to do that every day. And this really allows me to feel that. It's great. Thank you. Moist Robot. I forgot where you're from. Maybe where other moist robots are from. Thank you for your response. What do you think about BPDX binge watching traumatic dramas on TV? Each time it was tense, dark, traumatic, people screaming and crying. Makes sense. I'll tell you, that's what she was into when the sun's shining outside. She's stuck in feeding her mind with that crap. So it's proven that if we're depressed people feel better than healthy, fun, loving people. You take what we consider a happy town compared to what we might think is a depressive town. Maybe that's the weather or the climate, you know. People that are depressed go into a happy town, a village, everyone's happy, yeah, they become higher risk of taking their own lives. You take a city that's dark, you know, like New York, right? Everyone's hustling and bustling, no one cares, no one says hi to each other. Less likely to take your life than maybe some city in California where everyone seems happy and great. Okay. Makes sense, doesn't it? She does this for the same reason you guys do it. We, survivors of this stuff, have been traumatized, neglected most of our life, might have CPTSD, things like this. We tend to like murder shows. Yeah? How many of you like to watch shows or killers and killing sprees and stuff like this? People being tracked and hunted and searched and found and guilty in court and stuck in behind bars the rest of their life. Stuff like this. Why do we like that? Because it can feel better to see other people have worse lives than us, to feel worse than us. That's why she's doing it. It makes her feel better. Other people out there suffering like her or worse. Better than going outside and playing in the sun with everybody who's happy. What do you think about that? Think that could be right? Let me know. Rory from Ohio. Hello, Rory. My question for Q&A Monday is, can becoming aware of why and how everything happened in our relationship at first bring remorse and guilt for not respecting myself, my values, my morals? I seem to remember that feeling, but then giving myself grace and moving on to a healthier me. That's what's important, Rory. Yes, it's the most common. What's the most common? The most common symptoms: prolonged trauma, abuse, neglect, self-doubt, shame, and guilt. And it's not just because someone hurt you, right? If someone walks up to you and hurts your feelings, you don't know. You don't carry shame and guilt. It's a fucking asshole, right? But what did we do? Did we protect ourselves? Did we keep providing for someone that didn't reciprocate? Do we allow them to hurt us, not apologize, and keep doing it, repeating it? Uh-oh. Did we lose a sense of who we are? Did we compromise our own values, our own principles? Did we neglect ourselves? Did we abuse them back? Do you see how much more important it is? Not what other people do, but what we do. And do you see now how important it is about how we feel, not necessarily what we do? What's important, Rory, is that you said you gave yourself grace. You forgave yourself. You accepted your wrongs. Huh? Beautiful. That's healing, and that's growing. Good. Very common. How about the rest of you guys? Huh? Shame, guilt, remorse? Good. Good. We can heal from those things. Martin from South Africa. Hello, Martin. I've been hesitant to comment on your videos. David, I would like to thank you for what you are doing. I'm trying to recover from a 3-year relationship with a borderline. We broke up last month, and I have experienced everything that you talk about. I know I will feel better soon. Thank you, David. Thank you, Martin. I'm glad that you finally commented. And yes, you will feel better soon. But you might not heal unless you do what we're supposed to do, okay? Just remember that. The biggest misconception with these experiences is I'm healed because I feel better. It's not hard to eventually feel better. But change is very difficult. And if we don't make a change, I promise you we'll do it again. Hello again, David. Healing family from California. Hello. Rodriguez. I remember ex-fiance would always be tired, no energy, like every day, all day. He would consume 4 to 6 Red Bulls a day, try to get some energy to get through work and day. Why do you think some borderlines lack so much energy? Well, you can drink 4 to 6 Red Bulls a day. It's not going to help. I understand that gives you energy, but Jesus Christ, the crash. So the same reason all of you guys have been drained, have no energy. And it's because we didn't just date these people for a week or a month, right? They're in our lives for months, a year, years, decades. Relationships are to add comfort in a life of stress. Do you understand? It's more important to us than having fangs and claws. It's what kept us alive more than fangs and claws. It's what's made us the apex animal on this planet without fangs and claws. It's relationships. Life is stressful enough, right? Who wants stress in my relationships? What the fuck are we doing? It's to provide comfort in a stressful world. Your relationship provided only stress. Because his life is stress. He can't function. That's stress. So What is stress? Stress is a release of stress chemicals, hormones. There's many of them, not just cortisol and adrenaline. I can't even remember the other ones right now. These things are meant to protect us, to help us to survive. Whether it's a threat, whether it's something that makes us uncomfortable, whether it's something that I have to get to survive, whatever it is, these things make our bodies work harder to achieve that, to get the hell away, to stop the threat, to run, to get what I need. Okay? We get a burst of chemicals to help us do this. And we do it. We eliminate the threat. We get what we want. We get away. Not, we do it again tomorrow. We do it again the next day, and the next day, and the next day. We don't resolve anything, and the same thing keeps happening. Oh my fucking God, and we keep fighting about it and never get anywhere, and they do it again. And so prolonged, yes, the stress chemicals make our body work harder, better, faster. You know, better sight, better smell, better taste. Kidneys, livers, everything's just working better and harder and faster and stronger, and it really works, but over time, everything fails. It causes depression, it causes anxiety, and it causes mass exhaustion. That's why you guys are told, oh, you want more energy? Go work out. You go work out 3 times harder, and you have less energy. What the hell's going on? It's fatigue. Stop doing that. Talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about, not someone with quick little fixes. So he's exhausted because he's had stress chemicals flowing through his body probably since he was born. Literally, probably the day he was born. Stress chemicals. And that's why he might have health problems. If he doesn't already, he's just young because he's going to. And stress kills. That's why I tell you guys that these relationships, these people are killing you. Because stress is the #1 cause of death. Disease. Stress is the #1 cause of disease. Disease is the #1 cause of death. Guess what the #1 cause of stress is? Not financial. Emotional. Let's see. Patya Patel 5864. Don't know where you're from. Tell us your locations. Please, I want to know where you live. Hi, David. I asked about how a friend grooms you. You said the boiled frog analogy. Ironically, the friend who groomed me with strategic kindness used that same analogy. Oh, yeah. It's right in the playbook. That's what it's called. When describing my past relationship with my ex went to the extreme with gaslighting, and my friend's gaslighting was mild to moderate. All levels of gaslighting plays havoc to one's brain. What is the worst example of gaslighting you personally know of? Jesus. So some of the worst examples are men purposefully hiding brand new lingerie they bought in their car. Not only you wonder if they're cheating, they want you to. Having an extra set of your keys, and you didn't know that, to your car, and while you're at work, they keep moving your car. Might think that's funny, might not think that's a big deal. Try months. Try a year or 2. Then they start finding you doctors. Find out what's wrong with you. I've heard things right now, I'm getting goosebumps. I've heard things I'll never repeat. Not to protect them, to protect you. I don't care. The best fictional writer in the world. Show me. And I'll make it 10 times worse with reality, truth. Thank you. Steve O'Donnell. Don't know where you're from. Please tell us your locations. I know if you watch these videos, you know to share your locations. Some people, I think, don't watch them. Do borderlines ever date each other? Who or why not? And why? Oh, maybe you're from New York. I can't tell. Do borderlines ever date each other? Of course. Do sick, toxic abusers date other sick, toxic abusers? Oh, fuck yeah. They don't date healthy, great people. And you're like, what? What do you mean, David? Remember? This was the worst version of you. I hope. I hope you don't get any worse than you were with these people, huh? The worst, sickest, toxic version of you that didn't protect yourself, that was totally okay with someone never doing a goddamn thing for you, and you bent over backwards and compromised who you are. You said, screw my values. I don't care what I need. Fuck what I want. Some other day. Oh, this feels bad, but oh well. Yeah. So you want to know if they date other people like us? Or worse? Yeah. You know, it's not like they have options, guys. I know that we thought they were amazing. They're not. That was a lie. It's just most people know this quicker than we figured it out. Or they leave when they figured it out instead of staying like we did. I'm sorry to be so honest and brutal. But yes, they date each other. God. I mean, dude, if a borderline's got a bunch of friends, you know, like, I mean, I don't mean just using you for rides and dumping, emotional dumping. And no, I mean, they're together all the time. You know, there's some borderlines out there. They got like a group of 5 other borderlines in their group, and they're just toxic as shit, and they talk shit about all of them. There's always drama and fucking each other, screwing each other over, and having sex with each other, and I mean, just disgusting. Yeah, yeah, they date each other, of course. Why wouldn't they? Right? They have so many options. They only date healthy people. Rose from United Kingdom. Hello, Rose. Been out all day. He's still shouting at me. Sorry, I just shouted at you. Why there's no dinner ready? Why can't you run a household? Good thing I'm not your son, Rose. Well, good for him, not for you. Why in my head I'm still thinking, what should I cook him? I need to plan more, etc. I feel like I'm in 2 parts. It doesn't make sense, the shouting for something small, but I'm questioning myself, even though I know it's rubbish. He doesn't even care about me. So why am I questioning? That's his plan. That's it. That's it. Put all focus on you. I tell you a poor story about myself, and you feel bad. And you feel bad for everything you've ever not done for me or done to me. And then I accuse you of something. You just sit there and go, God, did I, could I have, and defend yourself. It's all bullshit. It's just controlling you. That's it. He doesn't care about what he's accusing you of. Probably doesn't think you really do it. Doesn't care about the dinner. Probably not hungry. He can make himself something to eat. It's just all control, Rose. And if this isn't okay to abuse you, then stop doing a single thing for him. Okay? Just stop. Take some control. Some power back, Rose. I'm so sorry. Let's see. I don't know if you left. No, you didn't tell us where you are. Please leave your locations if you want to ask a question, guys. Tell us where you are. Amos Mantilla. I think that you, David, and I could have a fantastic conversation about BPD. I have commented on a number of your videos, and it's often like pulling a thread, and it just keeps going and going. I understand the disorder very, very well. My last relationship ended 4 years ago with a borderline. She was narcissistic. You had a terrific idea. What if I met a borderline and exploited their idealization of me in a constructive way? Not all manipulation is negative. Yeah, it is. Parenting is, after all, almost exclusively manipulative. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your childhood. It's not supposed to be. But a borderline's obsessive immersion into character seems like a golden opportunity to inform them of healthy coping and how their maladaptive coping is so damaging. There is a trick called the validation sandwich where you hide feedback that would otherwise be deemed invalidating between validating remarks. I had to go to the next page. I got lost here. It's obviously manipulation, but positive. That's all you gotta say. Well, I get your idea. You're thinking, is this an idea of something you want to do? Because that doesn't make sense. We don't do that to people. Yeah, we don't manipulate people. That would be like saying that my job as a coach is to manipulate my clients. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not manipulating my clients. They tell me what they want. I show them how to get it. It's that simple. If they don't want to, fine. That's okay. Don't have to. That's not what you're paying me for. Parenting is not manipulative. Children have no clue who they are. They need to be protected, and they need to be taught and loved, guided. That's not manipulation. I know many parents manipulate, but there's no need for it to manipulate children. Children are extremely malleable. There's no need to manipulate a child ever. Your idea, I understand the dynamics of what you're saying, and I myself have thought of ways to help people with these disorders too. But I don't coach people with this disorder, so I don't need to know this. And if you're not going to have them in your life, you don't need to know it either. It's not right to manipulate people. And that's what we're doing when we're not accepting who borderlines are in our life. Narcissists, toxic people, we're not accepting who they are, and we want to try to help them. Help them what? Change? I know. Be someone better, be healthier, but that's your opinion. Please understand that what you think is right means nothing to the rest of the universe. There is no right. There is no wrong. These are things that you personally live by. And if it's wrong to manipulate people, don't do it. If somebody, a borderline, wants to come up to you and say, hey, help me with this problem, and you want to use this, tell them what you're doing, I guess, go ahead. But I just hope that you believe your life is worthy of more and better than that. Yeah. Thank you. That's it, guys. Thank you for all your questions. Let me know. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think of my answers. Keep the questions coming. Keep giving me more details if I can help you more with those questions today. And share your own examples, please. Appreciate your thumbs up and subscribing to the channel for your support. Please consider signing the petition. And most of all, love yourself first. Have a beautiful week, guys. Bye-bye.